The Forgotten Melody. In the heart of a small town, nestled amidst rolling hills and lush forests, lived an elderly musician named Thomas. His hair was as white as snow, and his hands, weathered from years of playing the violin, had lost their former strength. Thomas was known throughout the village for his musical virtuosity. His melodies, filled with joy and nostalgia, could stir even the coldest heart. However, in recent years, Thomas had lost his passion for music. His fingers no longer danced over the strings with the same agility, and his melodies had lost the magic they once possessed. The townsfolk noticed his sadness and missed his beautiful songs. One night, as Thomas slept soundly, he had a vivid dream. In the dream, he found himself in a verdant meadow, surrounded by wildflowers and butterflies fluttering around him. In the distance, he saw a young man in a white robe, playing a celestial melody on a golden violin. Thomas had never heard such beautiful music in his life. The man approached him and smiled. "Thomas," he said in a soft voice, "you have not forgotten your music. The melody is within you, waiting to be released." Thomas awoke with a feeling of peace and joy he had not felt in a long time. He got out of bed and took his violin, which had been abandoned in a corner of his room. He held it in his hands and closed his eyes. Suddenly, he felt a surge of inspiration, and his fingers began to move over the strings with the same agility of old. The melody that flowed from his violin was as beautiful as the one he had heard in his dream. It was a melody filled with hope, love, and joy. Thomas played for hours without tiring, as if the music was pouring forth from his very soul. However, he could not play the melody of his dream. He had forgotten it. Thomas dedicated each day to finding the melody of his dream. He spent hours in his small room, with the window open to let in the sunlight and the birdsong. His fingers ran across the violin strings with renewed passion, trying different combinations of notes, seeking to capture the essence of the celestial music he had heard in his dream. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Thomas did not give up. The dream melody was his guide, his inspiration. Every night before bed, he closed his eyes and recalled every detail of the dream, trying to imprint the image of the man and the melody on his mind. One night, as he played with fervor, Thomas felt a deep connection with his violin. The notes flowed from his fingers with an ease he had not felt in years. The melody was beautiful, so full of an emotion that made his skin crawl. Suddenly, he heard voices singing along with him. An angelic choir joined his music, filling the room with a celestial sound. As he opened his eyes, Thomas was stunned. He was no longer in his humble room. He found himself in a place of indescribable beauty, surrounded by clouds and golden light. In the distance, he saw a majestic figure seated on a throne of light. It was God. Thomas, without hesitation, raised his violin and began to play the melody he had been searching for with such passion. His fingers flew over the strings, creating music that resonated throughout the heavens. The angels around him sang in harmony, their voices filling the air with a celestial beauty. In that moment, Thomas knew he had found his true purpose. His music was not only a gift to the townspeople but also a way to connect with the divine, to express his love and gratitude to God. When he finished playing, Thomas knelt before God, filled with humility and emotion. God smiled at him with a look full of love and said, "Thomas, your music has touched my heart. You have used your talent to create beauty and to inspire others. Keep playing, keep sharing the gift I gave you with the world." Thomas awoke in his room, with the vivid memory of his experience. It had not been a dream, not this time. He felt renewed, full of energy and inner peace. He knew that his music had a special power, a power that could touch the souls of people and bring them closer to God. From that day on, Thomas played his violin again with renewed fervor. His music was even more beautiful, deeper, and more moving. The townspeople listened to him with admiration and gratitude, feeling the presence of the divine in their hearts through his melodies. Thomas never forgot his celestial experience. His music became a beacon of light and hope for the town, a reminder that beauty and connection with the divine are within everyone's reach, when things are done with passion.